My name is Alexa Mills. I'm a graduate student in city planning at MIT, and I'm reporting for the Cityscope project in Peru. A group of faculty and students, both graduate and undergrad, went to Tambo de Mora, a coastal town about 4 hours south of Lima that experienced a 7.8 Richter scale earthquake in August of 2007. The town is still very much destroyed. You can see from the photos cracked floors, houses that are just destroyed, sunken, writing on the walls, much like what we saw in New Orleans. The flooding still exists after the earthquake. The water, which is, eyesight from the center of the town, rushed in and covered the town in water. This photo shows the Plaza de Armas, which is really the center of people's lives in Tambo de Mora. In Peru, the culture is very much centered around a town square, and in the background of this photo you can see the outlines of the Catholic Church, the white building with yellow trim right on the square. This is another important building, or was an important building on the square. It was one of the most important houses in town. Its resident, Luisa, was raised in this house, and she raised her children, a third generation, in this house, and now it's destroyed and has graffiti. When we met Luisa, she was so hopeful and so full of passion for her town. She's sitting here in the remains of her house with the few belongings she's been able to recover from the earthquake. And we asked her, of what you have left, what is your most important possession? And she showed us her little shrine. She identified this as the most important thing that she has left, and she asked if she could take my camera to photograph it so I'd have the record. Luisa is a walking distance from the Catholic Church. You can see from this photo the right side of the church. This part shows primarily the sanctuary. From this photo you can see the center of the church. This is where people enter for Mass. And this is a photo of the whole church, more or less. And what this includes that the other photos didn't is the community space on the left-hand side. In the earthquake, miraculously, the church sanctuary survived, but unfortunately the community space, which they used heavily to gather, to celebrate, to have community meetings, it's been condemned. It's unsafe to enter. In this photo, you can see me talking to Cindy, one of the parishioners. But you can see, if you look closely behind us, the edge of the community room, where the wall meets the floor. You can see the flood lines where the water sat for quite some time, and you can see the cracks in the wall. Cindy, who you see here with me, is a natural entrepreneur. She has a dream to open up a sewing business in her house. She has the skills, the talent, she has the savvy to run a business, but she doesn't have access to capital to make the initial investment in sewing machines. One of the most beautiful aspects of the church is this mural done by a resident of the town who employs himself by painting commercially and otherwise. He's deaf and blind, but he's able to produce these beautiful works of art. All over Tambo de Mora you see these little signs of hope, like this string of laundry just in the midst of destruction. They want the world to know their story and to get their voice out, to start demanding the tools they need to rebuild their lives.